Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 84 of MCEternal, where I am having and solving a problem. So let's designate what the problem is and then solve it, because I figured it out between episodes and I want to point it out to you guys. So hey compact machines, how's it going? I would like 3 sets of compact machine walls, please. That's 2 sets. Let's do more than that. Let's do this many. That's 3 sets, right? Boom. Place, spit out. Oh no, it's placing and spitting out too soon. Oh no! We broke our automation that we set up last episode. Oh, but don't worry, there's a solution. Nobody panic. So we're gonna cancel this dude. We're gonna, let's see, out of here, I'm gonna take these items out because we canceled you, and we're gonna put you back into the thing, and everybody's happy. So check it out. These guys actually, while crafting, if you hook up a comparator to it, will emit a redstone signal whose strength is equal to how close it is to being done. Meaning that the moment he starts crafting, he's emitting a redstone signal of 1, and when he's almost done crafting, he's emitting a redstone signal of 15. So in other words, if we just monitor for any kind of a redstone signal here, we will know whether or not he's crafting. How cool is that? So input on red. Then what I did to change back here is I made these guys turn off when there's a redstone signal coming in. So basically, you're not allowed to run if you're getting a redstone signal. So for both of these, that is the case. Meaning that if this thing is crafting, he emits a redstone signal, turning off the placing of items, which means he's no longer allowed to place the iron and redstone until it's done crafting. Then it will place another iron and redstone. Who wants to see it? I want to see it. Let's do the thing. So give me 40 of these and go. See the redstone signal? And look, he didn't place another iron and redstone. Now that he's done, redstone signal goes off, iron and redstone gets placed again, redstone signal goes on. Redstone signal goes off, iron and redstone is placed again, redstone signal goes on. Ha ha ha. Redstone signal goes off, because we asked for 3. Is that cool? I think that's cool. I think that's cool. So let's test this. We're going to take all the machine walls out of here, and we're going to say with no machine walls, I would like to do this. So you're going to craft 7 iterations of iron and redstone to get enough for the maximum size compact machine. You ready? And actually, before I do that, I think one thing I didn't do last episode, boop, is add maximum size to that. Right? So now, do the thing. Hahaha, cool. Alright, this should work. This is the full test. This is the first full test of the automated compact machine system. Which, in my opinion, only because it's using building gadgets, I think it's pretty cool. Just my opinion, though. Just my personal, you guys are more than welcome to leave feedback in the comments and tell me what you think. But I think it's pretty cool. Yes? And now when you fill, ha! It worked! First time's the charm. That is cool. And then look, if I asked for some reason like more compact machine walls at this point, nothing's happening because we're still crafting. And we're blocking both crafts with that redstone signal, right? That's why we have the cables back here, such that they're going to both mechanical users. And then when he's done, boom. I love it. It's perfect. I think it's perfect. I want to say it's perfect. I want to say it's perfect. I'm not 100% sure it's perfect, but I feel like it's pretty perfect. How cool is that? How cool is that? So today what I want to do is enter a compact machine, that's you, using a personal shrinking device, and we're going to pop inside and we're going to set up 5x ore processing. Why? Because it's fun. Do I need it? No. But it's still fun. Deal? Deal. Alright, so if I move this into a compact machine, the question becomes, because we need 1, 2 water connectors, Should I... What I'm thinking is I do a new electrolyte separator in there, right? Does that sound fair? Does that sound fair? A new electrolytic separator might be cool. That needs pulverized all the things. Yeah, you need an electrolytic core. I was hoping that I knew how to craft those. Osmium, gold, and iron. Osmium... Do I not know how to pulverize osmium? I do. Oh, good. Well, I've got enriched iron, but that's not what I need. Let's just throw that into a pulverizer. What do you say? One of these guys is a pulverizer, right? Yeah. Yeah, see? So I'll make a new electrolytic separator, and that should be cool, right? And then we'll have a dedicated oxygen and water for the compact machine. All right, so first off, let's check it out. Maximum compact machine, let's enter. Hooray! Personal shrinking device. Woot! That is cool. And then home. Equally cool. Nice. I should probably teach compact machines, right? Isn't this a thing? How to do tunnels? That... Should I teach that? Maybe later. I think for now, we'll... I should be able to copy that, right? Hoppers are a tile entity, aren't they? Yes, they are. So, building gadgets can't copy a hopper because it's a tile entity. But we could place it manually using another mechanical user. In theory. We'll see about that one. We'll see. That one might be tricky. That one might be tricky because tile entities. But yeah, let's get ourselves... So we got our electrolytic separator, right? Actually, I've got you ready to go here. So you're this thing, and you're that. And I should do the pump. Now, I could do a sink, technically. Should I do it with a sink this time around? Just because different? I mean, pump, sink, what's the difference? Sink means I don't have to have a giant 3x3 of water, which is always nice. Right? So that's kind of handy. Okay. That was apparently a task that needed to be marked complete. Today I learned. Right? So then you all... Do you even need the oxygen at this point? That was mostly for this. There you go. So I think what I'm going to do is very carefully move this stuff, right? So chemical dissolution chamber is the first step in the line. Okay. It's a little bit tricky to visualize where this all goes, right? So first step in the line, washer and crystallizer. All right, you guys, we are back, and I think I've got this relatively set up cool. So now you need oxygen here. So let's get pressurized tube that way, and you can side config your inputting from the left. Auto eject is on. Perfect, and you're getting your oxygen now. Beautiful. Thank you. Nice. So if we drop a piece of sulfur into here, bzz, 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 is how it goes, right? So this is our sulfuric acid chamber, right? So it's a little bit more compact, I think, than it was before, and especially considering we added in the electrolytic separator and tanks for these guys. And I've got the hydrogen dumping excess, but the oxygen is not, which is a good mechanic to use here, right? Because now we're... And I think when I go back to the main base, I should have only oxygen dumping excess, and that would probably be a good power saver for our base overall, if you think about it. Now that it's occurring to me that we're not using oxygen, we will continue our practice of dumping excess oxygen here. So currently we're dumping excess hydrogen. Oh, no, we do have 2 electrolytes. Okay, one's dumping excess oxygen, one's... Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, technically this one's not even needed at this point, right? We did do 2 electrolytics, that's right. Because we were trying to conserve power back when we first set that up 1.5 million years ago. So we're going to do... Sulfur goes in here. It creates the sulfuric acid, which goes over to here, combines with oxygen to make sulfur trioxide, right? Which goes into here, which combines with water vapor, which is made here. Right, and we've got this stuff happening. I'm assuming I can't pump into the back of you, right? Because that would just be way too... That would be way too nice and handy. That would be like way too convenient to be able to do that. And we're doing everything above the floor because I want the power underneath. And what I'll probably wind up doing is like making a floor, and that should be cool, right? So again, we put the sulfur in here, and it eventually turns into sulfuric acid. 7508. We pop this in. Should be 7608. Boom. How cool is that, right? And again, we have full oxygen, full water vapor, full water. That tells me all the other things that are components of making sulfuric acid are full, right? And this is staying full. And then to test this, the sulfuric acid melts the aluminum into the dirty water, which you combine with water to clean, and we get the aluminum crystals. And you can see I've already tested this a few times, but boom, cleaning, and boom. How cool is that? Lots of beans right there, and they're all cool, every single one of them. So that is the output, right? So now for aluminum crystals, what we need to do is make a chemical injection chamber that injects hydrogen chloride. So most of this is done, right? So now what we need is hydrogen chloride and a chemical injection chamber. So we could use an elite injecting factory if we wanted. And hydrogen chloride is a combination of hydrogen and chlorine. Okay. Chlorine we have to get from that multi-block, don't we? I feel like that's the thing that we need to get up and running if we want that. So hydrogen we obviously have. It's here. And we will probably be dumping excess both oxygen and hydrogen at some point. I don't know which hydrogen... I don't know which one we'll use more of. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But since we're using both hydrogen and oxygen, we either need to dump excess both, which wastes power, or we, you know, have 2 electrolyte separators. We'll figure that out. Right, kind of like we had above. But having 2 electrolyte separators is the more efficient option, more than likely. And that would be easy, right? So what we would need is an injecting factory. And then hydrogen chloride is a combination of hydrogen, which we know we have, and chlorine, which we can get from the electrolytic separator of brine, or we can deconcentrate liquid chlorine, which we can get from where? Anywhere? Nowhere. Okay. So that means that instead we have to electrolytically separate, and we get sodium for that. We should probably be voiding or figuring out a use of. But brine comes from gaseous brine, which is just salt. Ooh, now that's a thing. Ooh, now that's a thing. We can avoid the multi-block. We can avoid the multi-block. See, this is why I check, right? I saw that there. I knew that was a thing, but I'm like, I wonder if there's a sneak. Oh, that's sneaky. That's sneaky. Hold on. Chemical oxidizer. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Because this, you can get salt from water, folks. Did you know that? Chemical oxidizer. We have a lot of chemical things going on up in here. While I'm here, maybe an electrolytic separator wouldn't be a bad thing to teach. Because we might want an extra one of those. You make that. Chemical doohickey, chemical oxidizer, right? And electrolytic separator. Cool. And then we said an elite injecting factory. And by the way, making this as a chemical infuser. Perfect. Right? Oh, wait, that's the one that has junk in it, isn't it? That's the one that has oxygen in both sides. Yeah, it is. Guess what? You're just going in the trash. Chemical infuser. Just going in the trash. Right? So we'll make hydrogen and chlorine. Chlorine coming from the electrolytic separator. So we're going to want an extra one of those, to be fair. So it's a good thing I just taught the auto-crafting mechanism. Another electrolytic separator, please, if you would be so kind. Thank you. And everybody's a winner. All right, so salt from Pam's. Hang on. You. Pam's salt. It is just a pot with a bucket of water. Right? So check this out. Thermals. Sequential fabricator is what we're going to want. Did I never teach you how to make a frame from thermal? Of course I didn't. Why would I make a frame from thermal? Okay, let's try that again now. So we're going to want the frame. Why don't you know that either? See, this is Dyer neglecting his automation duties. These are things that should have been known in episode 20. Not in episode 80, whatever this is. So, sequential fabricator, copper gears. This dude, sequential fabricators are cool. And I'll tell you why. Sequential fabricators have a built-in fluid tank. They might need an augment for that, though. So let's get ourselves a resonant conversion kit. Didn't I kick one of those off so we'd have an extra before? Or am I out of my mind? Oh, we're out of Invar, that's why. Ha 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 ha, please. Somebody talk to me about the fact that we don't have Invar seeds going on at this point. Shall we? Should we have a conversation about that? Let's get 4 of these dudes. Where are my dudes? There they are. Sure, 10 sounds like a good number. Miner. What are the chances that you can find me some Invar inside this base? Lickety split. Config, new filter, or dictionary. Or nickel. Oh, you should have or nickel, shouldn't you? Oh, we have nickel. Oh, I see. You just don't know how to make Invar? I never taught you Invar? Boy, my brain. So number 1, derp. Dyer thought Invar was nickel. Number 2, how do you not know how to make Invar? So we've got... What do we got down here to make Invar? Alloy smeltery? Does that sound fair? Do we have another alloy smeltery? We had another one over here. You can fit Invar. Alright, now can you make a kit, please? Thanks, boss. Alright, so what we're going to do is make a pot. Y'all ready for this? And what we're going to do is we're going to set up the sequential fabricator to make salt from Pam's, which is in here somewhere. I don't know why I can't keep finding it in there, but we're going to do it this way. Pam's salt is going to be that. Now, if we install the fluidic fabrication augment, we get a fluid container here, right? So check this out. We throw water in this dude, right? And we hit check, and you should be making salt once I give you a pot. Boom! How cool beans is that? So now we take you with us into our lovely location, which is down here. And I think I've got everything I need, right? We'll find out. So we're going to pop some... That's pressurized. I want to make sure I've got universal cable. Okay. So we didn't do the... what we didn't make is the injecting factory, right? Elite injecting factory is going to need an advanced injecting factory, which is going to be a basic injecting factory, which is a chemical injection chamber. Did we make one of those? We don't have that on the auto crafting list. Maybe I should throw that in there. Well, maybe not. I don't even know. Basic injecting factory equals this. That's a purification chamber, which needs an enrichment chamber. Holy cow, that's a lot of chambers. Let me craft this off camera. We'll be back. Double UG. So we're low on osmium, and osmonium seeds are expensive. So here's a good use case on why I should have 5x ore processing. Because osmium is annoying to make, right? Like, we know that that's a thing. Is ore osmium in my list already? That might be ore osmium. Yes, it is. Cool. All right, so you're already doing ore osmium, which is great. But I'm assuming, because you can only get osmium in the beneath, right? Which is where terrible things live. And we already ran this, right? If we do start here. You might pick up some nickel or something, but you ain't going to pick up a lot of anything. Because in theory, you already got all the ores that you can get in terms of osmium. I'll let this finish, and then I'm going to have to move him somewhere and get more osmium. So I'll be back in a minute after I do that. All right, so now we've got a little bit of osmium. And it's probably not coming in anymore because I think that area ain't chunk loaded. Because I think... I can't chunk though. That's fine. Well, we got a little bit going on. So let's just pulverize it real quick and we'll be right back. All right. Delicate, but we got an elite injecting factory. Nice. Tight, but we pulled it off, right? Which is cool. Okay, so the elite injecting factory should go here, right? And you side config items auto eject on, and your side config for items would be input here. That should work. Side config items output. That should be you. And your side config for items should be input. Why are you not outputting and inputting? Chemical injection chamber. Elite injecting factory counts. Psst, this is the part where you work. Maybe because you don't have the gas yet. Maybe you need the hydrogen chloride here, right? So that would be a chemical infuser. Right? And you need, to make that, you need hydrogen, which we get with an electrolytic separator. Why don't we pick this up real quick? And what we're going to do is put you here. And you can have the water in the back. Hydrogen and oxygen, right? Let's make sure that we know which is which. I feel like you went on it to go that way, right? So wouldn't that reverse it? Let's just make sure. You know what I can do? I can put a pressurized tube in here. So that is hydrogen, right? And that's what we want. That's the hydrogen side. And hydrogen is what we want to make hydrogen chloride, right? So then that's electrolytic separator. This is chemical infuser. You should now be getting hydrogen. Perfect. And you're going to void excess oxygen. Cool. Now on the other side of you, we need the chlorine, which is going to come from electrolytic separator of brine, right? And we should probably know how that's going to work out. So let's make sure that we have you ready to be tested. And then the brine is going to be, we need a rotary condensator. I forgot one of those. And then we have the chemical oxidizer, right? And that's you. So rotary condensator is the only thing we need left. Cool. I forgot that. Okay, so back inside here, right? So are you one of these machines that I can change the configuredness? No, I can't. So let's rotate you, because I'm assuming you're the input, right? Your rotary condensator needs to be in what direction? Chlorine comes from brine, which is condensating from gaseous brine. So condensating, okay. And then the chemical oxidizer here. I'm not entirely sure if this is the right setup. We're just testing right now. So you chemically oxidize gaseous brine. I need you to auto output at some point, buddy. Empty, that's good. Brine, perfect. So we've got brine, which we can use in an electrolytic separator for sodium and chlorine. You should be accepting of that. No? Am I crazy? Electrolytic separator takes brine, gaseous brine to brine. Am I crazy? It's very tricky to tell if it's a liquid or a gas. All right, so you took the brine and sodium and chlorine. Boom. All right, so why do you need a pipe in between you? Why don't you auto output? You don't have any sidedness configs, so you just don't want to auto output because you're a giant meanie head like that. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, good to know, right? Now the chlorine and sodium, right? Chlorine by default, so sodium goes out the right side, which is not ideal because sodium's what we want, or is it chlorine what we want? Chlorine's what we want. Oh, so that is ideal. Perfect. So you're going to want to go here, right, buddy? And then your chlorine should disappear. And you might have already gotten a little bit? No? Maybe we lost the chlorine when I broke it. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. We'll figure this out. Hang on. So we're going to do mechanical pipe from rotary condensator. See, now we're getting a little bit tight. So what we might need to do the fatter pipe is the, yeah, right? Let's just remove you for a sec. Yeah, that's not going to be fitting great either. Tightness is not cool. Let's put you here, maybe? Yeah, I like that. Hopefully you guys do too. All right, so you're gonna, in condensating mode, now we have to find the right sidedness of this, of course, but you're going to chemically oxidize salt, which will turn it into, oh good, you're empty already. And you made brine, perfect. And then for some reason we have to extract you. Empty. So you made sodium and empty. You've got hydrogen, empty, and you've got none. Do what now? Do what now? going to make these both redstone signals high. So you've got a little bit more brine going on, which is nice. Right? You guys need a little bit more power. I should get the speed upgrades and whatnot for them, but alright, so you've got some brine, right? So I'm going to tell you ignore redstone signal, and you made sodium and chlorine. Now you've got chlorine 6, empty, hydrogen 100. Are these things maybe moving a little bit? Is that why this is happening and this thing's going to none? We'll make you high as well. Alright, so I make you low, disabled, you're empty. You've got hydrogen chloride. I set you to disabled. All right, I think that thing's moving a little bit. So I think this is working, right? So now let's get our speed upgrades for all these components, right? Okay, so speed upgrades, energy upgrades, speed upgrade, energy upgrade. And we'll forego the speed and energy upgrades here for just a moment, right? So then the last piece of this puzzle, and hopefully you accept items on any side, will be here, can be the sequential fabricator with the pot. And you will make salt somehow. There you are. Check. Set recipe. And now all we really need is to make sure that our ultimate mechanical pipe, which runs here, doesn't connect to any of this. Thank you. And then you're running. You've got blue in the back, you're making salt. Left is an auto output. And of course, why would you ever accept items from whatever side I want you to accept items from? Logistical transporters, let's see. Do you have to insert in front? Yeah, of course you do. Because of course you do. It's okay. Serenity now. Sidedness, please. Okay, so you are pot. You are several pages deep. We can find the click because I couldn't find salt in JEI earlier. Did I go too far? I might have. There it is. Check. Right, so left is that is that, and then we have our mechanical pipe. Are you just not wanting to auto output? Is that what's happening now? Is that who you are? Are you that guy? Okay. If you just don't want to auto... Now, there you go. Salt. Now we're cooking. Thank you. Now you're cooking. He just woke up, that's all. He needed a nap. He needed a quick nap, and now he's ready to roll. Right? So Rotary Condensator is doing its thing. You're doing your thing. And you over here are making progress on our aluminum crystals. Slowly but surely. Holy cow, that is slow but sure. Am I right? I mean, this is kind of not cool. Are you as fast as you can be? You really are. I should probably just do the multi-block. I didn't realize it would be this slow. I didn't realize it would be slow at all. But this is just oof slow. This is oof levels of slow. Everything's very instant. It's really my chemical oxidizer. He's my problem. Do we feel like this is a sufficient speed? The answer may shock you. Oh good, he accepted the auto output there, so that's cool at least. That is not cool. So all this to avoid the multi-block for brine, huh? I mean... Didn't chlorine used to be in the multi-block? Thermal concentrator. Didn't this used to... Oh, it makes lithium. That's what I'm thinking of? It makes lithium? Okay. So, should we do the multi-block? We won't have sunlight in here because it can either run off solar or heat, so we'll have to do the heat mechanic. But that's okay. I think we're going to have to do that because this is borderline comedy slow, right? And it's all because this guy's way too slow. I don't think it's going to work. I liked the idea. It would have been fun. It was exciting to be able to say I'm going to do something different here, but I think we're going to have to do the multi-block thing. Not that that's terrible. I think what we'll wind up doing is it's really just this. This guy's making the brine, and this guy's turning it into the other kind of brine that we need. So realistically, we want to remove these 3 things. And actually, well, we're going to need the water, right? We're going to need the water. So we'll just build the multi-block here. Right, in this corner of the room. I forget what that multi-block looks like. We'll have to figure it out next episode, though, because we are wrapping up. Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time. We'll play a little bit more with this ore quintupling process. And my goal is, by the end of it, to have like a whole compact machine that'll do it. And then what we'll do is we'll set up a pipe item in, pipe item out mechanic. And then we'll have literally a multi-block that does 5x ore processing. Like this whole structure is going to be self-contained into this here fancy compact machine. For now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy. Oh, that's cool. New buttons.